morning, and thank you for joining us, and welcome to this knowledge exchange session on maximising the value of your membership. So over the next 45 minutes or so, we'll be discussing what we can offer you to all our members, so you're well informed on how to get the best out of your membership. So we have Teresa, our information officer, who will be covering what information standards we offer. This includes the British Glass Library, archives, as well as standards and technical documents. We have Callum, our administrative assistant, who will be demonstrating to you the British Glass website, how you can use it, log on and access member-only content, as well as talking you through the new online library and search tool. We have Meg, our events and training coordinator, who'll be discussing how you can make the most out of our communications offerings and tools, as well as the British Glass training and events that we offer. And me, Holly, I'm the Environmental Health and Safety Advisor, and I'll be covering information on general technical expertise and guidance, including health and safety, energy and recycling. So to conclude the session, we'll be finishing with questions and comments. So if you think of a question during the presentation, please add this to the chat box or direct message Meg, who will go through all of these at the end. So I hope you enjoy the presentation and find it useful. First of all, we have Teresa, so over to you.
Thank you, Holly. As she's just said, my name's Teresa Green. I'm the information officer and I've worked here quite a long time. So during that time, I've picked up quite a lot of information, I hope. I'm sat in our little library, which it's a very small room and it doesn't actually look like much when you come in, but it's a bit like Doctor Who's TARDIS. It's absolutely massive what is on the shelves, so don't be fooled by its size. I'm going to start with a little potted history of our organisation, because I'm sure a lot of you don't really know where we come from. And that's quite important. So our roots were established in 1914 in the run-up to World War I. The government had commissioned a industrial survey because it didn't know what the country manufactured at that time. So if there was going to be a war, it needed to know what materials and things they were going to be short of. And it turned out they were absolutely horrified to discover there was no scientific or industrial glass made anywhere in the UK. It was all imported from France and Germany. So on that note, they quickly commissioned Professor Turner, who was at that time was working at Sheffield University, and he was a physicist and a chemist. And he actually set up a department to research glass technology. And again, at that time, they learned that there was no such department active anywhere in the world. So we were the first department of glass technology ever set up in the world. Since that time, we've gathered quite a lot of information in the form of, from trade journals and from our research reports and technical notes and things that we've gathered over the years. In 1959, we branched out from the university and became independent, and that's when British Glass Industry Research Association was born, which we were until 1988 when we merged with the Glass Manufacturers Federation. The work's just carried on and on and on, and throughout this period in time, the history, well, not the history, but all of the major works on glass physics and chemistry went on. And our library covers, like I said, covers 100 years of that research. We subscribe to lots and lots of journals, worldwide journals on glass technology. And it's those journals that make up the volumes on the shelves behind me. We do have another library just for books, but that's downstairs. From 1988, when we first was given computers, I started a little database called The Digest, which was a monthly magazine that we used to produce, filled with abstracts. The Digest went round to all members, and members could come in and use our library or get a photocopy of the article free of charge. So over the years since 1988, I've managed to accumulate 34,000 abstracts, and those abstracts have gone on to the online library, which Callum will tell you a bit more about soon. The library has an added 100,000 abstracts. They are in the form of a card index, but they're fully available to search by topic. So if any of you ever fancy coming in and spending an afternoon with us, we can show you around. We have something like 10,000 international reports from data from 1950 onwards. That's when the major research on the physics and chemistry of glass occurred. And these combine some 7,000 translations, research reports, and then added technical notes, which a lot of those we've produced ourselves. We also have a worldwide collection of over 6,000 industry standards, British standards, international, foreign, Japanese, you name it, we've got quite a collection. We also offer assistance if you don't know where to find a standard, or you don't know if a standard exists. We will gladly do the search for you. Just drop us an email anytime. We have a collection of glass container finishers from all over the world. There's about 700 of those, which some of them are quite hard to find. We have other files on books, if you're looking for a book on a particular topic. We have suppliers files. If you're looking for a supplier of maybe a blowing iron, a punty as they call them, or you can find technical things like people that produce gauges for IS machines, anything you can think of really. Start here. We're not just a library. We offer assistance with any glass-related issue, legislation, environment, health and safety, even production issues. We have lots of contacts with other organisations, close contacts with the UK government departments, such as BEIS. We have contacts with FEVE, Glass for Europe, all the international trade associations, and there's the International Crystal Federation, which cover the rules and regulations on selling glass in the USA. And that's not just crystal glass, it's any kind of glass. We have information on the International Pharmacopoeia, the British, the European, the US one, the Japanese one, and so on. They are standards for the test requirements for type 1, 2, and 3 glass, if you're not familiar with them. We have involvement on international standards committees, and basically, in a nutshell, that's about a lot of what we have to offer. But we're easy to contact. We offer a quick response. We're at your service, so please, please come and use us. I'll pass you over now to Callum.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. I'm Callum Hawksworth. I'm the Administrative Assistant here at British Glass. And in this section, I'm going to be going over some of the details for the British Glass online library, looking at some background information, some context, and the functionality of the library. So I'll first look into what the online library actually is, and I'll follow that up with a walkthrough going over how to use the library and where it can be found, to hopefully provide you with a greater insight into how you can use this feature independently for your own benefit. So firstly, what is the online library? The online library originated in early 2021 with the goal of providing members with the opportunity to view all of the article publications held by British Glass and make requests based off a tailored search. So once an article has been located, a simple form is then filled out just to provide some basic contact information. And once submitted, this form will be directed to the British Glass information inbox, where either me or Teresa will fulfil the request as soon as possible. And the online library itself holds over 30,000 article abstracts, as Teresa mentioned previously, and it is continuously added to monthly by the information team at British Glass. And as a member, you're permitted to make up to 10 requests per month, which is only limited due to copyright reasons. And the online library is also available to use for non-members. However, for these users, there is a fixed charge of £35 per article. So the British Glass Online Library can be found on our website using the directions as seen on your slide. So if you select the menu icon in the top left of the image, you can click into Knowledge Base and then into Digital Library and Information Services, which is where the online library can be found. And I've also hyperlinked the direction on this slide, which will be circulated following this presentation. So if you're ever struggling to find it using the website, you can always come into this slide and use that hyperlink and it'll take you straight there. So the online library provides 4 filtering options, which include title/keyword, the author, journal title and sector. And the sector filter allows search articles specific to the likes of container glass, glass ceramics, glass fibre, packaging abstracts, and many others as seen on the slide. And when filtering for an abstract, you have the choice to use all of the filters, or you can just use one of them. It just depends really how specific you want to be with your search. And after selecting and entering all of your chosen filters, you simply click the search bar in the top right, and a list of articles will be displayed below in a similar format to, as you can see there on the slide. So having then spotted an article that you'd like to look into further, you would simply click into it and find the abstract along with some other information below, including the author, the origin, journal title and sector. And the publication year is also present in the majority of the journal titles. As you can see on the slide, the example here is 1996. And therefore, if you're ever searching for articles from a specific year, then I'd suggest typing it into the journal title filter on the as you can see on the previous slide. And having read the abstract itself, you can then either click back on your computer to return to your searches, or if the article is of no interest, or you can then complete the form, which is just underneath for all of the abstracts which you click into. So the final process in using the online library is to fill out this simple form, which you can see on your slide, providing just basic information such as your name, email, company name, and whether you're a member of British Glass. And once complete, you can simply return the form, and your pending request will then be followed up as soon as possible by either me or Teresa. And you also have the choice to then return to your searches once you've submitted the form. And as I've mentioned, you can send up to 10 requests per month.
Could I just add, Callum, I mentioned the our standards collection earlier. I forgot to add, members can borrow these standards. So you could save yourself a bit of money by doing that, because they're not cheap.
Thanks, Teresa and Callum. Hi, everybody. I'm Meg. I work in the communications team here at British Glass, mainly across events, but also across the whole marketing function. I'm going to just have a little chat today about all the ways that we as a communications team at British Glass can help you and your business be seen and help with your promotion. Also about some of the member-only events and discounts that you have access to as a member of British Glass. So communications-wise, there's a few different ways that we can help with your visibility as a business. We have our updates newsletter, which goes out monthly. We have our health and safety newsletter, which is quarterly and includes accident statistics, health and safety examples, company case studies. We also have Headlines newsletter, which goes to senior contacts, which gives them a top level view of British Glass activity. We can feature your news in our newsletters as appropriate. So if you've got a news story about a product or information you want to share with the industry, then let us know and we will share that in the relevant newsletter. Share that with us via the email address on the screen, prcomms@britglass.co.uk. We can also share your news on our website. We have a member news section. So any press releases or anything like that, send those through to that email address as well. And if you've got an event or a product launch or something that you want us to share via social media, we've got following on LinkedIn and Twitter. We'll happily share anything from any of our members to get you extra visibility. So just let us know either on those various social media platforms or via the email address below there as well. When it comes to events and training, there are a few different ways that as a member you get greater access to events and training provided by British Glass. We have member-only events such as membership exchanges, member workshops, where we share best practice and knowledge across the industry. We have regular networking events. We have our flagship annual event, Glass Focus, to which members get up to 20% discount on all tickets and sponsorship opportunities. They also get the opportunity to be entered into our Company of the Year award if they enter any of the others. We also have glass-specific training that members have access to, including glass appreciation and glass failure analysis delivered by our sister company, Glass Technology Services, and all members of British Glass get discounts on those courses as well. Thanks very much. I'll hand over to Holly.
Thank you, Meg. Yeah, so as I said before, I'm Holly Feeney. I'm an Environmental Health and Safety Advisor, and I work across member services on data, policy, and everything I will just discuss now. So I'm just going to briefly highlight some of the main areas that we work on at member services. So these include energy efficiency and decarbonisation. So we've taken a lead role in the government's work on decarbonisation of energy intensive industries, including producing the industry's net zero by 2050 strategy, which is available to download from the website if you are interested. We also work on recycling and waste. So we work hard with members to increase glass recycling rates and to deliver a truly circular economy. Part of this goal is to maximise the collection of cullet and supporting any initiatives that would increase glass recycling. Especially over the past few years, we've been working very closely with industry on the proposed deposit return scheme, which we are strongly against for the inclusion of glass. Also looking at emissions regulations. So we work closely with regulators and other industry bodies to ensure that it is required that the glass industry is practical, proportionate and based on sound evidence. We also look at energy costs. So we use evidence and our close links with other industry sectors and government to shape effective policy solutions that will ensure UK glass manufacturing and its supply chains remain internationally competitive. And this has obviously been very critical at the moment with the ongoing energy crisis. So looking at Health and Safety Forward scheme. So the scheme is aligned to the Health and Safety Executive's Helping Great Britain Work Well strategy. So the scheme is open to all British Glass members and is a dynamic system for continuous improvement across our sector. So we collect annual data and produce annual reports for each member to compare each company's data with the sector. We then share these and discuss the industry stats at our Health and Safety Committee meetings. And these stats also help to shape the work of the committee and what we do throughout that year. If you're not already part of it, please contact Callum or myself if you would like to join the scheme or if you want to find out any more information about our Health and Safety Forward scheme. So we also look at obviously business, trade, immigration and economy. So we work with members and government to ensure our industry can plan, invest and grow successfully in the UK. Along with this, we have access to key government stakeholder groups and individual contacts within DEFRA, BEIS, HMRC, and this is obviously critical to our work in representing the sector.